Welcome back to Poor Brothers Whiskey. I'm David. This is Mike. Tonight we're going to figure out if this is actually a GTS killer.
I'm excited.
I am too, dude.
Yeah.
This is a very good bottle. We've enjoyed quite a bit of that.
And thankfully, a local distillery for us.
Yeah, A. Smith Bowman is about an hour from where we are, and it's been very nice to actually be so close to it. Lately, they've changed it to where you cannot just randomly pop in and something like this is going to drop. I think it's all lottery now.
Yeah, they've recently changed it.
Which sucks.
If you are in any sort of bourbon group, you probably saw this bottle go and posted every day. The batch 2 is what we're stacking up against the 2024 George T. Stagg. Yeah, I mean, A. Smith Bowman literally just had these, and they were flying off the shelves.
Yeah,
it seemed like daily.
That's what was nice about it, is we would see that Bowman has dropped, and we live an hour from there. It would last 2-3 hours sometimes.
Yeah,
so
we
could be sitting at home and hop on 95, and all of a sudden we've made it and got ourselves one of these for, I think it was
It's $100.
$100
for this.
One of the best deals in bourbon when you can get it at retail.
Yep.
Secondary on these is what? It used to be like $800-900, I think.
It used
now
to be $1,000. It used to be $1,000
my
bucks,
God.
and because of how much how much supply went up, it dropped all the way down to 600 now. So I mean 650, which is a hell of a deal on this compared to what it used to be.
I still don't think it's worth $600 when you think about it, but.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's not worth it, because it is a very, very good whiskey. I'm not trying to hate on the whiskey, but that's a lot of money for a $100 bottle.
I'll say this: you wouldn't say that if it was George T. Stagg.
I still would.
Okay, well,
I'll
find out today, my friend.
I'm a secondary hater. I don't think a lot of these whiskeys are worth nearly what they go for.
Well,
but they are very good. That's not to discredit what they actually are.
No, absolutely not. I was going to say that there's not a secondary lover. You know that.
There might be. We got a friend named Big John.
That's true. Yeah.
Starting with glass 1.
Glass 1, yes. So we are going to blind these, and essentially we're just going to prove out, is this a GTS killer? This is a 10-year bottle, 144.5 proof.
I think
So we're talking hazmat here. Anything north of 140 proof, that's going to be considered hazmat. Yeah, there's been talks that this could really just be better than GTS, or any George T. Stagg out there. So we're here looking to prove that with a 2024 George T. Stagg. And so yeah, glass number 1, my friend. What are you thinking? First
I
off,
love that.
Yeah, the nose is amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I know. That was good.
I don't even know what I'm getting.
Very
Just
helpful for the viewers. For
magic.
sure.
It's do you know what magic smells like? It's magic.
I will say that that's got some spice,
It's oaky.
but you get oak, you get some honey. I get like a faint honey on that. I get like dates. Dates is what I get on that.
Dark stone fruit, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to. That's good.
Beautiful nose.
Yeah, I would say
starting off right
that's
with that
really,
one.
really good. God, I feel like we can't go wrong with either one of these.
And I want to say too, one of the reasons these are so close in comparison, I believe, especially at this time, I don't know if they're still doing it, they were sourcing their whiskey from Buffalo Trace, and I think it was mash bill. I don't know if it was mash bill 1 or 2, but then they triple distill it. So they put it through a copper cask. Is that right? At Bowman, they put it through a copper cask and then age it themselves.
I wasn't listening, man. That was so good.
This was rumored to be Buffalo Trace, almost the same thing as this, but it's aged in Virginia, and it goes through that copper distillation. I think it's 3rd time, something like that.
Yeah.
Very close in comparison.
That is the rumor, right? That's not proven.
I think it's confirmed that
Is it?
because they're both owned by Sazerac. So
Okay.
and
I know if you go to Bowman, you get a tour, they'll tell you that it's not true.
don't ask them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No.
they're gonna get pissed.
Yeah, they'll tell you it's not true at all. Either way, pour number 1, absolutely amazing. Nose is great. You get some dates, dark stone fruit. That's a great way to put it. I get a faint honey on that. Darker note, like a tobacco, maybe a leather. And
Definitely
then
vanilla too. That is hot, man. Hot.
like off-putting on it?
No.
Oh.
I guess me and you having that's the first close to hazmat pour or potentially hazmat of the night.
Right.
That's always the first sip of something that high of proof is a little tough.
I tell you what, I didn't get that like shock factor out of it as far as it being hot, but they gave me that Kentucky hug.
Oh, definitely.
It was good.
It punched me in the face with proof. First sip.
Okay.
Now I should be acclimated. So.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead and take the training wheels off and go ahead and take your second sip. That's good, man. That is amazing. God, that you get a lot of what you got on the nose on that one for me.
It transfers extremely well.
I think
exactly
vanilla
what
is
you get on the
prominent.
nose.
Yeah, I think vanilla really shines through on the palate.
Very much so.
Yeah, I get a little more honey than I do get on the nose.
Man, that's good.
And then like a cinnamon spice on that as well. Like it's a little spicy. It could be the proof.
The second sip, it comes off more like baking spices, like cinnamon, something like that.
Yeah, but I mean that's
very, very good.
Yeah, it's good. It's like a good warm pour.
I almost get, and this is weird. I feel like I don't normally get this note on much, but it's almost like a cola, like a you know how sometimes you'll hear people say cherry cola on something. I don't know if that was necessarily cherry cola, but I get that kind of like fizzy sort of note to it.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe that note, but
I can get behind that.
it just went in my head. I'm like, oh my God, that is exactly what that is.
I can get behind that. I'm gonna move on to number 2.
Okay.
I think I know that's amazing. I've gotten what I've gotten out of it, and let's move on.
Oh,
Oh,
smell that.
yeah, that's
That almost smells more refined. Like it's a better balanced nose.
okay.
It works a little better. It's like I got a bunch of different things out of this one, but they almost seemed mashed together, and this one just seems balanced.
This is gonna sound weird, because I mean, for me, assuming this is George T. Stagg, or I mean, either one, which is an abnormal note, I get grape, which historically I feel like with George T. Stagg you get cherry, and maybe I do get some cherry. Maybe that's eventually what I get, but off the rip, I mean, that's what I get.
Like with our Buffalo Trace video, that was one thing I think I mentioned was either you get cherry or you get grape with Buffalo Trace. There is some prominent note there that you either get one or the other.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same note, just some people say it's cherry, some people say it's grape.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good though. But
I get cherry out of that.
Cherry.
Honestly.
Maybe that's what I'm getting then. I mean, yeah. I feel like I get some grape on it too, but
Beautiful. It's like dark flavors. I don't know how to describe that, but I guess the caramel and vanilla and just darker. It's oak. It's typical bourbon, but it's just like enhanced so much.
so this is interesting. This drinks about the same as the first pour, even though the proof point is what, 40 points or 20 points difference? Oh God, no, never mind.
I think it's only about
8.
10. 8.
8 difference. That drink's about the same. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say one of those is clearly hazmat and the other one's not. They're very similar to me.
Well, I guess my point was, it doesn't drink hot, right? So like one of these is a hazmat. It doesn't drink like it's extremely hot by any means. Like they both actually drink, in my opinion, in the 120s. They drink below their proof.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The nose was way more different to me than the palate. I think the palate is very similar.
Yeah, I can mind that. For me, pour number 2 was a little hotter, in my opinion. I don't know if that's a little more spice on there. I mean, not in a bad way. It's definitely not off-putting, but I think it drinks a little hotter for me.
There's a clear winner for me.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. They're so close to me.
No, I think I'm right there with you. I think I got a clear winner as well. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with glass number 2 as my winner.
Really?
Yeah. It seems like a better balanced pour, and the nose is a little bit more well-rounded. I don't know how to put into words what I'm experiencing right now, but number 1 is very good. Just because I picked another one as my favorite, this one's my least favorite, it's still extremely good.
These are two great pours. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
these are killer bottles. You're not going to be disappointed with either one if you're acclimated to proof.
Yeah. At this point, we're talking semantics here.
Yeah.
In my opinion, number one is more complex. It shines through the nose. It shines through the palate. You get a lot more bang for your buck. Not to say you don't get a lot of great notes out of number two. It's just, for me, number one shines a little more.
I love when we're opposite about stuff.
Yeah.
I think that makes for a good conversation.
Yeah.
Because truly, I am the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Everything you just said is true for me with number two. But number one, I just think is a little, it feels like there wasn't as much love put into it, if that makes sense.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess let's figure out which is which. By all means.
It's number two. So George T. Stagg was your favorite, and it was not my favorite.
Interesting. I 100% thought number one was
That's funny.
the Bowman.
I would have never guessed. Honestly, they were so close to me that I would have never. I don't know. I didn't expect that to be that close. I thought it was going to be so drastically different that
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend that one's George T. Stagg and one's Bowman, but
No.
that was close.
I exactly. I will say this was not a landslide victory. This was very, very close. I just prefer number one for me,
And the notes that I normally get out of Buffalo Trace, I was getting very hard in Bowman. I just wasn't expecting that.
Well, at the end of the day, I think we can say that this potentially is a GTS killer.
It could be.
I mean, well, it was for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It rang true for you. So, I mean,
Yeah.
So, for those of you who have this bottle, maybe you skated away with one, you grabbed one on secondary.
Drink it.
Good for you, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have potentially something better than GTS. And I will say, this is one of my favorite GTS in a long time
That's a very good one.
for myself.
I think 23 fell off a little bit for me, but
Yeah, I agree.
that was good.
I agree. So, that was good. I actually like that. That's a lot closer than I would have thought that would have been.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm upset about the results or not, but that was wild.
Yeah. No. Well,
Awesome.
that was good. That was all right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you've got the 24, if you've got the B2, let us know what you think. If you haven't done this already, do this blind. This is actually really interesting.
For sure.
I legit thought it was the polar opposite of what I was going to choose. Be interested in what you guys think. So let us know in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, do what you can do. We'll see you next time.